update. Tonight, I'll be talking about the drone situation in New Jersey and elsewhere. Donald Trump is forced to cancel his trip to New Jersey for his own safety. Now drones are being seen all over the United States of America, and one drone CEO puts forward a terrifying idea of what these drones are doing out at night. I'll make sure to go through that video with you. Mitch McConnell is doing everything he can within the Senate to block President Trump's agenda. Israel drops a bomb so big on Syria, it registered as an earthquake. Comedian Bill Maher admits Donald Trump ain't so bad, and foreign nations are ready to start pouring money into the United States of America. Thank you so much for liking and sharing this video. Let's go ahead and jump in. During a recent meeting with President-elect Donald Trump, the CEO of SoftBank, Masayoshi Son, announced an ambitious plan to invest $100 billion in the United States over the next 4 years. This massive investment aims to create over 100,000 new jobs for American workers. According to CNN, a source revealed that this year's investment will primarily target AI and its supporting infrastructure. The next 3 years have not been decided yet. Masayoshi Son is a well-known Japanese tech investor, best known for smart investments like his early support of Alibaba, which helped establish his success in the tech world. As Americans, this should make us hopeful, as Masayoshi Son's massive investment shows foreign confidence in Donald Trump's upcoming economy. Funny enough, President Trump said he's going to ask him for a little bit more than $100 billion because he knows he has the money. But this is huge, absolutely huge. Companies want to do business in the United States. However, they need the country to be strong. They need the US dollar to be stable, and they need crime to be dealt with. None of which has been happening under Joseph Robinette Biden, which is why foreign nations have been extracting money out of the United States, selling off bonds and saying, we'll invest down the road. Well, now Trump's back, baby, and so is the global economy. Now, the main reason I'm slightly against AI is because I worry about the jobs that it might take from people. However, I have to remember that with every advancement in technology, there's usually more jobs that come out of it than there are people to fulfill it. So hopefully that is the case. However, the Trump administration is going to have to balance the future with keeping people employed. The last thing we need is a bunch of unemployed people while robots and computers do everything, and we wonder how to put food on the table. Now, thankfully, it looks like President Trump won't be letting robots take over our jobs just yet. Just a few days ago, the executive VP of the Longshoremen's Association, Dennis Daggett, met with President Trump to discuss his concerns with automation. And according to Dennis Daggett, President Trump displayed a remarkable understanding on how important the threat of over-automating is for port workers. Daggett stated, "I witnessed something extraordinary firsthand. This man truly wants to fight for America and its working class. In over 25 years of working in Washington, D.C., I have never seen a Republican take up the mantle for the working class people. President-elect Trump proved me wrong yesterday." Now, this is really, really important. Now, it seems like when people actually meet President Trump, they change their mind on who he is. Often, as humans, we don't realize how our opinion on somebody could be massively flawed. Now, you'll remember, this is the same longshoreman who told President Biden, "Give us a pay raise or I'll shut down the entire country. I'll shut down the boats. I'll shut down the ports. I'll shut down the workers, the movers, the shipping in and out. Fuel will come to a halt. Food will come to a halt. Everything coming in from foreign nations will come to a halt." Well, under Trump, this same guy is saying, let's get back to work. Let's make America great again. So just goes to show how much people were preying on the weakness of Joe Biden. By the way, thank you guys so much for liking and sharing these videos. When you hit that like button, it tells YouTube and Rumble, hey, this is good information. Share it with other people. So if you want to help the channel, please give this a like and share with your family and friends. All right, now, talk show host Bill Maher explained this idea perfectly during a recent episode on HBO. Maher stated, Trump could get into office and blow up the world on day one. However, I'm not going to go through the same spiel like I did last time. One thing I've learned about the future is that I'm very bad at predicting it. And whatever you think will likely happen probably isn't gonna happen. So Bill Maher, who has been vehemently against President Trump, vocally against President Trump since 2016, now says Donald Trump will likely do a good job. He did last time, and I'm bad at predicting the future, so I'm just going to let what happens, and we'll just take it from there. So anyway, pretty cool to see comedian Bill Maher making those changes. Thank you, Lily. And also thank you, David Blakely. I appreciate those super chats. So I believe Donald Trump is going to do an excellent job. He did last time. And the only reason that his stellar economy got thrown off was because of the China virus funded by Dr. Anthony Fauci. All right, now, Senate Leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky has advised President Trump to continue meddling in international affairs. Not to, but to continue meddling in international affairs. In a recently published essay, Mitch McConnell cautioned Trump against incorporating isolationist perspective within the GOP into his approach to foreign policy. For those unaware, isolationists are people who hold the belief that the United States should not be involved in the affairs of other countries. Senator Mitch McConnell stated, the time to restore American hard power is now. Both left-wing faith in hollow internationalism and right-wing flirtation in isolation and decline. What Mitch McConnell is saying to Trump is, don't put America first too much. Don't make America too great. Don't make America too healthy. I mean, this guy is bought and paid for more than any other politician. And hopefully he's the last of a dying group of rhino leaders that must be rooted out. After all, Senator Mitt Romney, in his final announcement today, said, the Republican Party is now the MAGA Trump Party. So they are basically admitting defeat. They have been beat. And these guys now need to get out of Congress and be done. I mean, how about that? Trump literally won by saying, Americans, we've been taken advantage of for far too long. Americans, your money is being stolen and given to foreign nations. Americans, your money is being given to endless wars to give profits to corporate donors for people in Washington, D.C. And what does Mitch McConnell do? Don't dry that money up. Keep giving away that money to endless wars and foreign policy. That's not why Trump got elected. So Mitch McConnell, you need to step to the side and let the adults back in the room. Donald Trump is absolutely going to put America first. That's his entire campaign. All right, now I have some big updates on these drones, including Donald Trump, for his own safety, has canceled going to the Upper East Coast. There's also a theory that I'm going to look at with you that is kind of scary, but first let me tell you about today's video sponsor. Hey, are you overwhelmed with back taxes or unfiled tax returns? Well, get ready, because since COVID relief ended, the IRS has hired 20,000 new enforcement agents that will try to force you to pay back the IRS. If you're worried about IRS collection tactics, you don't want to face them alone. In fact, you should never talk to the IRS on your own. They are not your friend. Tax Network USA can help you. Now, Tax Network USA is the nation's premier tax relief firm and has negotiated over $1 billion in tax relief for their clients. Our services include penalty forgiveness, hardship programs where you might not have to repay anything until your tax debt expires, and offer in compromise solutions for lump sum settlements. Whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million, the experts at Tax Network USA are there and ready to help you. Even if you're behind on taxes due to missing personal or business records, Tax Network USA can guide you through the process. Tax season is long over, and for the IRS, that means it's collection season. Contact Tax Network USA for personalized support today. Handling IRS matters without professional help is risky. Protect your financial security with guidance from Tax Network USA. To schedule a complimentary consultation, call 800-958-1000 or visit tnusa.com/Gardner. You'll be happy you did. All right, now, President Trump has responded to the avalanche of drone sightings over U.S. bases, harassing the Coast Guard, and basically being seen all over New Jersey. He has said mystery drone sightings all over the country. Can this really be happening without our government's knowledge? I don't think so. Let the public know now, otherwise shoot them down. Now, President Trump, out of an abundance of caution, is worried that these drones are circulating around Bedminster, his golf course in New Jersey. So why are they hanging out around the future president's home and golf course? In fact, why are they out at nighttime? Because most drones that are taking imagery need to be deployed while there's sunlight. I'm going to get to that here in 1 minute. Now, he's had to cancel his trip because he's actually worried for the safety of his life. And he should be. After all, there's been multiple assassination attempts on his life. Now, here is my worry. The CEO of a drone manufacturing plant, who also happens to have government contracts, has publicly said he believes what we are witnessing is a covert military operation and that they are not practicing. He said, in fact, he's worried based on what he's seen and heard that they are using special equipment to detect gamma rays and radiation in the New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania area. Like maybe there's a bomb or a nuclear warhead or some kind of radiation in the New Jersey area. Remember not long ago, the city of New York randomly handed out pamphlets on how to survive a nuclear blast? Kind of weird, right? Let me play this video and react to it with you, and then we'll talk about it. Here we go.
Hey everyone, my name is John Ferguson. I'm the CEO of Saxon Aerospace here in Wichita, Kansas. I'm not normally a TikTok kind of a guy. I like watching this stuff every once in a while. But I'm a manufacturer of unmanned aircraft, military grade unmanned aircraft, as you can see one of my systems here. There's all of these mysterious drones going on off the East Coast, and as a professional, as a subject matter expert, I wanted to give you all my opinion on what I think could be going on with these drones. I don't particularly believe that these have a nefarious intent. I could be wrong, but I want to give you the truth and what I believe. It's my own opinion, and I've not bounced this off of anybody, so, if you think it's bullshit, whatever, that's cool. I don't want to spread misinformation, as we know that there's a lot of that going around. But anyway, back in the 1980s, Ronald Reagan had dismantled the nuclear program, and there were, with Russia, there were countless nuclear missiles that were disarmed and disposed of. Well, there were over 80, I believe. There were over 80 nuclear warheads that were in Ukraine that came up missing. Okay, we don't know where they are. Maybe somebody does, but nobody really knows where these are. And I speak with some pretty high-level government officials on this stuff, and it seems as though that is the case.
80 missing nuclear warheads since Ronald Reagan. Yikes.
So I spoke to a gentleman a few months ago who was trying to raise an alarm to the highest levels of our government, which they had their ears closed, about this one particular nuclear warhead that he physically put his hands on. He physically touched this warhead that was left over from Ukraine. And he knew that that thing was headed towards the United States. Okay, that is a very serious deal, and everyone knows that the United States government, this administration, is pushing to get into a war with Russia. We all know that. We all feel it. We all see it. Okay. Well, back up a few years. Do y'all remember when those drones were mysteriously flying across the Interstate 70 corridor from Colorado up into Nebraska, down here into Kansas, and out into Missouri? Well, it was believed that those drones were looking for radioactive material because there had been some material that came up missing here in the United States, and they felt like it was high probability that the nuclear or the radioactive material would be taken along the Interstate 70 corridor, heading east or west or south. So, from what we understand, they were out there trying to find this radioactive material. Now, drones, they have no reason to be in the air at night, unless you're doing some type of ISR work, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, looking for bad guys, or looking for a victim, a search and rescue victim, or law enforcement, or some type of military project, right? There's no reason for a drone to be flying at night, really, okay? Because they don't see shit. So, unless you have thermal optics, drones really don't see stuff. You need to do mapping during the day. If you're going to
All right. What do you guys think about that? I mean, think about the guy that tried to assassinate President Trump. What was he doing? He was mapping Butler, Pennsylvania with a drone during the daytime. This is a professional drone manufacturing CEO. He says there's no reason to be deploying drones at night unless you have special equipment looking for something.
do farming stuff, you mostly do it during the day. The only reason why you would ever fly an aircraft, an unmanned aircraft at night, is if you're looking for something, whether it be a person or trying to smell gas. We have methane gas detection systems that can detect gas leaks in pipelines. You really wouldn't use thermal optics for trying to find gas leaks, just simply because the only way you're actually going to find a gas leak with thermal optics is if the gas leak is aggressive enough that it has a difference in temperature. Because thermal imaging, it creates a digital image based off of the temperature variance. So whatever is different in temperature, it creates an image. Usually gas leaks so slow that it goes quickly into ambient before you can even see it. So we have special sensors that can detect gas leaks. We also have special sensors that can detect radioactive material. So with this gentleman that I had spoken with, who was trying to raise the alarm to try to get somebody in the government to say, hey, we need to work together to go try to find this nuclear warhead, none of that ever happened. They knew that warhead was on its way to the United States. That's all that ever came of it. Nothing ever happened. This government did not do anything at all to help this gentleman raise the alarm and raise awareness that there is a very deadly weapon on its way to the United States. It's out there. Nobody knows where it's at now. It left Europe. Now it's gone. So my own guess, is that these drones are not nefarious in intent. If they are, they are, but I doubt it. But if they are drones, the only reason why they would be flying that low is because they're trying to smell something on the ground.
All right. What do you guys think about that? Let me know over in the comments. This is live, so I can read them in real time. Kind of scary, right? Why would drones be out every night for 4 weeks, 50 to 100 of them, and they're running patterns as if they're looking for something? Now, I live close to the NSA building. They run helicopter patterns every single day like clockwork, looking for enemies, fighter jets, people on the ground, people that are maybe trying to sneak past the barbed wire. So the government would not be deploying these if there wasn't a reason. So is this a psyop, a psychological operation? Are they looking for something? Are we being set up? Like what is going on? And why is it so close to where Donald Trump's house and golf course is? I don't know. Something about it is very, very suspicious. And I keep reading now this radioactive nuclear material story keeps rising and rising. I don't know if that's true. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but what I have learned is almost all of the government-related conspiracy theory that I have covered for the last 3 years, over 90% of it ends up coming true. So it wouldn't shock me if this is the FBI, the CIA, or the military, and they just don't want to tell us. They just don't want to tell us. All right, now, shockingly, Homeland Security Chief Alejandro Mayorkas claimed his department isn't authorized to shoot down the drones. Mayorkas stated, with respect to the ability to incapacitate those drones, we are limited in our authorities. We have certain agencies within the Department of Homeland Security that can do that. And outside our department, we need those authorities expanded as well. So he's saying we can't shoot these down, but he wants to expand the division to be able to do that. I don't know. I don't trust that guy. He's the reason 15 million illegal immigrants are in America. Now, this phenomena needs to be taken seriously as it continues to happen as we speak. Just recently, officials at Stewart International in Orange County, New York, reported that runways had to be completely shut down after a drone sighting in the area was confirmed by the FAA. Thankfully, no aircrafts were impacted this time, and operations went back to normal. New York Governor Kathy Hochul expressed her frustration with the volume of these incidents, stating, "This has gone too far. The Biden administration must step in by directing additional federal law enforcement to New York and the surrounding region to ensure the safety of our critical infrastructure and our people." Again, I go back to President Trump's words. The government knows what this is. Otherwise, why are they saying nothing? They need to come forward because it's starting to make Americans uncomfortable. I mean, you know something's up when Donald Trump and Governor Kathy Hochul agree on something. It's hard to believe we don't have answers about what is going on with these drones. However, whoever is operating them clearly does not have good intentions. In fact, Trump had to cancel his trip because these drones are going around his golf course and his home there in New Jersey. Now, let me know in the comments, are you glad that President Trump canceled his flights and his stay in New Jersey? I would hate for him to fly in and then something happen. We need him to stay alive in order to make America great again. Now, no matter how content Biden seems with his loss, his actions say otherwise. Despite Trump making it clear that he will continue to build the border wall, President Biden has continued to sell unused border material at pennies on the dollar. In response to this wasteful and scummy action, President Trump stated, "The administration is trying to sell it for 5 cents on the dollar, knowing that we're getting ready to put it up. It's almost a criminal act. They know we're going to use it. And if we don't have it, we're going to have to rebuild it, and it will cost double and cost that it did years ago." And that's hundreds of millions of dollars because we're talking about a lot of wall. So number one, Trump is mad to have to waste American taxpayer dollars. Two, he wants to get to work right away, making America safe again. And three, this is just proof, again, that Joe Biden, this is treason. He's betraying his oath to the American people to keep us safe. I just can't believe he's doing this. What a petty, petty human being. All right, now the media has been unusually quiet about the Puff Daddy case. However, Alec Baldwin's brother, Daniel Baldwin, has brought up some shocking allegations on the Patrick Bet-David podcast. Daniel Baldwin claims that behind the scenes, Hollywood is scrambling to cover up the truth. He revealed that there are bidding wars right now taking place to buy the illicit tapes of the Puff Daddy freak-off parties where many celebrities, singers, rappers, and politicians are on camera doing horrible, horrible sex acts to who knows who, right? But according to Daniel Baldwin of Hollywood, they are driving up the price, trying to buy these tapes back. They do not want their name and their face coming out. So in essence, celebrities are being blackmailed into buying these tapes for significant sums of money. That being said, there's no guarantee that one of these tapes won't get out and the tape they bought maybe protects them, but somebody else's tape has their face on there. Now, we know for a fact there are lots of rappers, singers, celebrities, actors, and politicians that do not want their faces to be seen. All right, now on the other side of the world, a massive explosion was reported in Syria. In fact, some thought it was an earthquake. Gratefully, there was video. According to a war monitoring group, Israel targeted military sites in Syria's coast of Tartus, which hosts one of Russia's 2 military bases in the country. They dropped a bomb that was so big and so powerful that it sent a mushroom cloud up, and it actually registered as a level 3 seismic sensor on the Richter scale. Now, I'm just hoping and praying that we do not have World War III. Can you imagine a bomb like that? Boom! So big, it shakes and breaks everything for miles around. If you can, go search the video. I don't have it right here, but that thing exploded, and I mean, it looked like a nuclear bomb went off. You know it's bad when a Moab bomb, a mother of all bombs, is so big and so powerful that it actually makes people think that it is an earthquake. All right, let's see here. How can there be a pardon if no one's convicted? It is condemnation looming over all these people, proclaimed God. Biden is forgiving condemnation. No, he can't forgive sin, but he's sure going to try to cover it up. All right, Never Made Alive from Alabama. Thanks. Hi, Chelsea from Alabama. Thanks so much for the super chat. Very concerning. Merry Christmas. Isaiah 9:6, Luke 1:11. Merry Christmas to you as well. All right. Thank you guys so much. Let me know what you think. Was Trump right to avoid New Jersey with the mystery of these crazy drones? Is Mitch McConnell trying to actively block Donald Trump? Is Joe Biden the most petty human on planet Earth? Let me know down below. I love you guys. Stay amazing, and I will see you on the next video.